So one thing what I see people really struggle with these days is consistency and discipline, right? A lot of people out there, when they start a business, to get the 3 EM motivation, as I call it personally, because you know, when you're up at late at night and you're like, holy shit, my life's gone to shit, I need to turn this around. Then you set an alarm for 6 in the morning and stuff, you're like, oh right, I'm going to get up, I'm going to go for a run, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to eat healthy, right? I call it the 3 EM motivation, and I think a lot of other people do, but a lot of people get it. I've had it myself and many other people get it, but by the time the morning comes, they're just like, holy shit, what was I thinking last night? I was never going to do all this. So my point with that is that motivation is not going to keep you on the move and keep you moving forward, right? Because motivation, it does not last long whatsoever, right? Motivation might last a week or two at most. You might see someone making 10 grand a month through a business model, so you're like, oh my god, this is great, I'm going to start this as well, because you know it's going to work out and I've got all this motivation and I'm really well and I really want to do this, right? But it doesn't work like that, right? Motivation does not keep the ball moving. It does not keep you wanting to start a business and making the progress what you want to see. So I thought I'd make a little video of how to stay more consistent and, you know, keep the ball moving no matter how you feel and what's going on in your life. And the reason I thought I'd make a video on it is because me, myself, I've always been pretty consistent and pretty disciplined, right? Like, for instance, this business model, what I've been working on for 5-6 months, right? I might have taken like 1 or 2 days off, but like every single day I'm always doing something, right? So what I do, if you don't know, is I run an EI OnlyFans management business. I've only got one model at the minute, so I guess you can't see it, it's models, but I've managed to stay pretty fucking consistent when it comes to it, and it's helped me actually make money online. Like, I probably only missed out 1 or 2 days, if that, and like every single day I'm working, so no matter what it is what I do, it might be image generation, it might be chatting to fans, it might be posting on Instagram, posting reels, stuff along the lines of that, right? Every single day I am doing something, because I know for a fine fact, if I want to make it fully work, you have to be working every single day. Like, you might only have to work an hour on one day, but then you might have to work 12 hours on the next day, and some people don't get the concept of that, and they just think, oh, I'll take Saturday and Sunday off because I want to go drinking with my friends, I want to go do drugs and party and be cool with my friends and all that stuff. But unfortunately, in the business world, it doesn't work like that. You have to be ready for whatever's coming up any day, any week, any time of the year, right? So like, even on Christmas Day, I've worked, of course I worked very little, but I still done like 2 to 3 hours of work, which literally just included posting Instagram reels, pictures, stuff along the lines of that, then chatting to fans on FanView, aka OnlyFans. But like, the first thing about just keeping consistent is that you've got to understand that motivation is not going to keep the ball moving. It's not going to keep you going forward all the time, because motivation does not last forever. I know this myself, you probably know it as well, but deep down, like, you haven't discovered it on a surface level to the point where you're conscious of it, right? Everyone's had the motivation where they want to do something, then stopped a week later. Like, maybe you've went to the gym because you were like, oh, I'm fat, I'm chubby, you've got any muscle, let's get a gym membership, and you'll go for a week or two, then you'll be like, right, it's too difficult, I don't like it, I'm not seeing results. Everyone gets it, I've had it myself, but I've managed to somewhat conquer it to an extent. So like, once you've understood that, you can finally start moving on to the steps what actually keep you consistent, keep you disciplined, right? Like, the thing is, you've got 2 things, you've got motivation and discipline. They're the 2 things that are going to keep you going, but the difference is, of course, like I say, motivation only lasts for a week or 2 at most, right? While discipline, if you stay disciplined, that means you're working no matter how you feel, what day it is, what's going on, what are your friends doing, what's your family doing, has someone died. Discipline will just keep you going, like, no matter what it is, right? And you need to like somehow figure a way of how the fuck can you stay disciplined. Like, one of the things what you need to like figure out is, why are you doing everything? Why are you making a business? Why do you want to go to the gym? Why do you want to make lots of money, right? You've got to figure out all these things no matter how it is. Like, so maybe you've lived up in a shit house, your family's had no money, therefore you want to break that chain. Maybe you just want a nice car, a nice house, you want to take care of your family, right? You need to figure out one way or another why you're doing what you're doing, right? And this needs to be like the bad thing what you really want to run away from. Like, you can't just say, oh, I want to make 10 grand a month because I want lots of money. There has to be a reason. Why do you want to make 10 grand a month? Do you want to buy your mum a house? Do you want to treat your family to a brand new car? Or do you just want to, do you want the luxury of just being able to go wherever you want, whenever you want, not being bound to one place where you've got a boss telling you that you've got your work schedule due and you've got homework and all that bollocks to do, right? You need to figure out the deeper reason. You can't just say, oh, I want to make $100 a day so I can quit. Like, well, I mean, quitting your job, but you just want to make $100 a day. Why do you want to make $100 a day? To quit your job, to have more money in your back pocket, to buy a new car, something along the lines of that. Like, I really do believe that is the second step of like creating something and staying consistent, right? Because if you have this magical goal in the mind, it'll really lighten up your mood and like think, holy shit, I really want to get there one day, and I really want to treat my family to this. I really want to quit my job, and it'll keep it like a fun activity where it'll keep you disciplined because you really fucking want this thing what you dream of every single day. Maybe you want to quit your job, so you really want to do this so you can quit your job. And that's kind of like what keeps me going, is knowing that like, holy shit, if I keep this up, I can buy whatever I want, I can get whatever I want, I can treat my family, I can buy me mama a house, stuff along the lines of that. That's what really like the internal thing what keeps you going. Like, I feel like being an entrepreneur and like a business owner and stuff like that, it's a really, really long journey. So that, like, it's on a long scale, like a yearly scale. It's not just a thing where you can do it in 3 months and you've got what you want. It's a really long scale, and I understand that, like, even if you have an end goal and you've got a dream, it's not going to keep you going forever and ever and ever, right? It's going to burn out eventually, and you're going to get really bored of what you're doing, really tired, it's not working out, stuff along the lines of that. It's going to get difficult, and that's where the discipline kind of comes in, right? You need discipline no matter what it is, right? So see, you're not seeing results, you've been working for 3 months, you're not getting the results you want, you're going to lose faith very quick, right? It happens to everyone, it happens to me, it happens to you. Everyone loses faith like quickly if you're not seeing the results. So that's where the discipline comes in, right? You've just got to keep pushing through and thinking of like, what's the next step? How can I learn to change these so I'm making more progress? How can I get to the end result and stuff, right? And discipline's the only way it's going to keep you there. And a lot of people seem to not have discipline these days. Like, I don't get it personally, but how can you not stick at a goal for longer than three to 6 months? How can you not think like, right, I've came on this journey so far, I've got to keep fucking going, I've got to keep staying disciplined, get my head down, I've got to work, I've got to learn, I've got to do this, that, and whatever else, right? Like, personally, I believe if you're learning every single day and you're improving your business every single day, even if you're doing shit, you're getting no results, I feel like if you're learning, you still have like a fire inside you, because you're like, right, any day this could change, because you're learning constantly, you're changing small things in your business, and that small thing might be the thing what leads on to earning $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month. That's kind of how I think. Like, seeing my Instagram reels aren't going so well in business, and then I change small things because I'm like, right, one might go viral and I might get 100 subs in one day. It's just stuff like that what keeps me going. It keeps that fire lit inside, just learning and learning and learning, because if you're constantly learning, then you never get bored. You never, the fire never dies, because you know for a fine fact that your life could change in a day if you're just constantly learning. Like, they are the main things what I do really believe has helped me stay consistent over these months, and it'll continue to help me stay consistent in the time coming, no matter how long it is. If it's in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, it's literally just them things what I mentioned, right? Other than that, that's all. Please subscribe, would mean a lot. See ya.